So creating, changing, and displaying a purchase order in SAP Fiori with the application create, change, and display purchase order in a single screen. That I'm looking for the application in the catalog ME21N, and I will use the application create purchaser advanced. Some features are not available in the new application manage purchase orders, so we can continue. It's mandatory and required if you want to use, for example, the framework order, if you want to use the billing plan, and so on. You have also the rounding profile, all these things. If you want to use also, for example, the material key mat. So let's start. Create purchase order advanced. So prerequisite to create a new purchase order is very simple. You just have to complete all the information. Um, the document overview show you the purchasing document according to the you use the last variant. So you open and close. If necessary, choose either detail to display all the information. You can store also some personal settings. You can store default values for all three areas. For that, in our example, if you want to store by default your purchasing organization, your purchasing group, and your company code, for that, I click on personal settings, and I go to the default value. I define that my document type is an NB, standard purchase order, but I'm going to define that my default purchasing organization, my purchasing group, and my company code is that. I can click on also to have the theme things in for purchase items, and for that I can define also that my default purchasing holds and my storage location is, for example, okay, and I can select if got is Rouen. I can put a acknowledge requirement like this. If I save, automatically I will have all this information by default. So if I continue right now, I want to create a purchasing order. For that, I enter, for example, the supplier. I click on enter. SAP offer me automatically the supplier defined in the system, so I can select it for Darty Conquest. I click on enter. I can have a look at the different information completed. So I'm looking for is why I've got, okay, for example, I've got this message. That means I select a supplier that is not created for this purchasing organization. So I can change it. I can use also the match code, and I'm looking for by company code, but I can choose also supplier by purchasing organization. I click on purchasing. I select all the supplier for the purchasing organization that I want to select. And for example, all the suppliers start by T. I also am looking for all the suppliers that are started with the name D. And that I've got a limited, for example, for the company Dell. I will select the company Dell to Montpellier. I click on enter, and automatically I don't have any error message. All the field, all the information coming from the supplier are filled in my purchase order. In particular, for the payment terms, if I go to condition, nothing defined in supplier, the text, the address, the communication, the partner, the additional data, the VAT, the organizational statute, Incoterms, and flexible prices. There is no flexible workflow. I continue. Right now, I complete the item that I want to order to my supplier. If you used a sourcing list, automatically, if you select a material that is not defined in the sourcing for this supplier, it will be impossible for you to create a purchase order. When you create this kind of purchase order with this application, that you know exactly all the material that you want to order for this supplier. So I will make a try. Material by description, my material types. I'm looking for example, I would like to have the a mouse for my computer, like this. For example, for a quantity of one pieces. If there is this message net price, because the system do not find any, for example, purchasing requisition in the system. So you can see that there is no info record, so no price. So you have to add it manually, for example, like this, net price. So I will add it to manually to, for example, all the condition price. I'm looking for all the condition price, manual cross price, like this, ZP01. And I enter, for example, some freight. And I enter, for example, 15 euro. Okay. So like this, I've got a warning message, delivery date next work day. Okay, I just have to change it. Okay, because it's closed today. We're Saturday in France, so I select an open day. I'm looking for the message. Okay, can delivery date be met, but installed earlier? So if I select a date, for example, the next week, like this. Ah, okay, it's closed day. As you can see, there is some error, not an error message, it's just a warning message. So if I complete all the information for that, if everything is good, I'm able to save. Okay, my purchase order is saved. If I want to display it, it's very simple. For example, I'm looking for in my personal settings. I define that I see in document overview that a selection period for my document, I'm able to display all the documents that I created in the previous 1 week. So if I click on document overview, I would like to display only my purchase order. I click on my purchase order. Automatically the system display this information. But if I can change also the breakdown by purchasing organization. But if I want to add the information, for example, by material, by supplier, I want first as supplier, then first like this, supplier and purchasing, I transfer. I've got the information like this, provided with that. If I want right now to have quickly the information about something else, I can change the layout and I'm able to add, for example, the information about the material. I can add, I transfer. I've got the information about the material and so on. So I want to display the information. I just have to double click on the line and I display my purchasing requisition and purchase order. So sorry. Right now, if I want to change it, I just have to click on change. Okay, user already processed it. Okay, there is flexible workflow. There is a system in process, so I just have to wait. Okay, right now. That means that we don't have achieved the amount of the flexible workflow. But if I increase the amount of the net price to achieve 50,000 euro, I will have the flexible workflow. If I can make a try like this, so if I have to go to the amount, if I click on check and I save, right now you see that the approval of my purchase requisition is Benoît Mauritionnel and Thierry because the net amount has been achieved, so automatically the system defined that it's only for the purchase order on this amount. So thank you so much.